In the earlier part of the 20th century, there was a French-Canadian slumlord named Jean Ardier. Now, he oppressed a lot of English poor at the time, and this is a story of how they got even with them. You won't find this in any microfiche or internet site. It's sort of passed on from person to person. So it started in someone's kitchen. All of these things started in kitchens. Someone yelled out over coffee, "Bomb, Aldi," they said. So they met at some cafes. They got all their children to paint some signs. They at least knew how to do that at the time. B-O-M-B, Aldi. They yelled, "Bomb, Aldi." Now this wasn't the French-Canadian industrialist you all know who built skidoos and speed trains for Japan. This was a slumlord, and back then the French were rich and English were poor. Bomb, Aldi, they yelled. They all met on the street one Sunday with their pitchforks and their shovels, which was really strange because you wouldn't expect to have pitchforks and shovels in some urban community. But anyways, people hung out of windows and they asked them, "What are you doing?" Well, they yelled, they screamed it out. I guess it was a civic holiday and the police weren't around. Otherwise they would have stopped all these crazy people yelling, "Bomb, Aldi." And they made their way from the west side to the east side. Back then the east side was rich in Montreal and the west side was poor. In the distance they could see the wrought iron fences of the man who oppressed them for so long. "Bomb, Aldi," they yelled. In the middle of the courtyard there was a man and a woman. The man was the butler. He just took off, took their best Rolls Royce, of course. And the woman just kneeled down and they yelled, "Bomb, Aldi." She said the Lord's Prayer. "Notre Père qui es aux cieux, que ton nom soit sanctifié," blah, 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 blah. They surrounded the place with fervor. They went over the two-paw fences like a angry ocean. They streamed around the house. The mob presented itself in front of the door. They kicked the door in. At that point, the mob split into two. One part of the mob went downstairs. They got all the booze and the food they could find. The other mob went straight upstairs looking for the man himself. They pissed on carpets and kicked over Ming vases. And they found him in his office, waiting calmly. To his credit, he accepted his fate. They wrapped him up in curtains, tied him with the little ropes that hang from said curtains, dragged him downstairs, kicked him, pissed on him, dragged him out into the courtyard. They strung him up on a tree. They laid out all the food. They had a few drinks. They watched the sunset come down. He didn't say a word. They doused him in gasoline and then they torched him. He went up. The children sang in a circle. The women had so much food to feed their children. They hadn't seen food like this. The men got drunk on some of the most expensive scotch and whiskey they could ever find, get their hands on. It was the most beautiful night they ever had. You won't find it on any microfiche or internet site. And the lights were really pretty, all orange and yellow.